Oh, I should be saying something witty here so people know we're actually live.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, I hate when I do that. Witty. That's witty, right? Just saying witty.
It's kind of meta, but I suppose.
By definition.
Penis.
Penis isn't witty.
You're not doing it correctly then.
I don't do penis. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm Monk. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm all right. How you doing?
I did a show this morning and I told the audience straight out I was annoyed and in a bad mood, and hopefully it wouldn't make the show bad. I hope it was good. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but I was annoyed. But by the end of the show, I was feeling better and had a decent enough day. I didn't really do anything. And then I went on to Twitter, and from there, shit just went downhill. And
yeah, that happens a lot.
It's not the normal reason it goes downhill. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's not like I ran into excessively stupid people repeating nonsensical stuff. Instead, I ran into Democrats who were standing on the bodies of dead people and being racist and stupid again, because of course they are. Did you see CNN talking about the shooting in Midtown Manhattan?
I saw a couple of clips from various people, and CNN is full of douchebags.
They really are. I meant to pull that video up. I have a bunch of stuff pulled up for the show, and I forgot to bring up that one, which is kind of important to what we're going to talk about. But I do know exactly where to find it, Jack. So give me just a second here. Is this the clip?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, no, I found it. Okay. Just making sure I had the right one here. So there's a shooting in Midtown Manhattan. What we know about the shooter right now is that he was from Las Vegas. He worked security, I believe they said, and that he has like a mental health issue, according to them. But as the story is breaking, CNN has to get on the air, Jack, because of course they do. And we are treated to this segment.
They do not know who he is. They know he is a male, possibly white.
They don't know who he is, but he's a male, possibly white. The weird thing is, by this time, Jack, his picture was already out there.
Yeah, he looks so white in that picture.
There's video of him walking into the building, and here, let's pull it up on the screen for the ladies and gentlemen at home. There he is with his afro. That's not a Jew-fro, Jack. That's black hair.
That's clearly a white man.
He's possibly white, because why did race even have to come into this shit?
You know why.
Of course I know why. Because they have to make everything. If it's a shooting, the damn honkies did it again. On the plus side, because he's black, this story will go away quickly.
Yeah, be buried like the Vegas shooting.
Where he's from. Oh, yeah. Black in Vegas. There's no way the news is talking about this shit.
Right?
There's going to be a giant siren going off in CNN headquarters. Stay away, stay away.
Now, if we find out that he identifies as trans or something, it'll be forgotten, and they'll be like, what shooting? What are you talking about?
Well, the reason I wanted to talk about this tonight, because I'm sure we would have talked about it eventually anyway, but we don't know why he did it. We don't have any background. It just happened. So speculating on it is kind of stupid. CNN. So my typical rule is we'll wait until we have more information about what's going on. But the reason I wanted to discuss it isn't actually because of it. It's because of this human piece of corny shit. Mr. Zohran Mamdani out there in New York, the likely next mayor of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And he tweeted out this: I'm heartbroken to learn of the horrific shooting in Midtown, and I am holding the victims, their families, and the NYPD officer in critical condition in my thoughts. Grateful for all of our first responders on the ground. Now, on first pass, that might seem like it's okay. That actually seems like a pretty good statement when a tragedy occurs, Jack.
Yeah, unless you've ever looked at this guy's X feed before.
Well, I was going to look at his feed, but we don't really have to because we can just scroll down a little bit and get people. These are real screenshots. These tweets still exist.
Yeah, he hasn't taken them down yet.
Responding to a tweet that says, I just saw a cop in his car or crying in his car. This motherfucker said, nature is healing. Cop is crying, nature's healing. But hey, man, that officer that got shot today, he's in his thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, he's probably hoping the guy dies.
Probably. He wasn't specific about that, was he?
No, he wasn't.
He's going to come out here and play, oh my God, this is such a tragedy. I hope this officer survives. Meanwhile, some of the shit that he has said about police is just fucking gross. On defund the police. Queer liberation means defund the police.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
He knows there's gay cops in the NYPD, right?
Yes, but defunding them and taking them out of work is good for the gays.
Yeah, you're liberating them from employment? Like, I'm not sure how that works, but okay.
This guy is a commie piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You saw his grocery store idea, right?
If that wasn't enough for him, Fox is reporting that the officer did die. Ah, damn.
Damn.
Well, Mamdani just got a hard on.
Real quick. Thank you, Chaos1X. Where's Jack? My kitchen, I think. I don't know. This is a very elaborate trap if it's not.
This guy, the rest of the tweets that are linked to this is about some scandal with the New York City police. Sure, scandals happen in government, in any kind of organization, Jack, and you should root that out. But he finishes his long list of shit saying this. All of this misery, all for money. In the last budget, the city council tried to make the NYPD reduce its overtime budget by half. They simply refused. There is no negotiating with an institution this wicked and corrupt. Defund it, dismantle it, end the cycle of violence. This man is the front runner for mayor of this city. And he has the nerve to come out and be like, that cop that got shot is in my thoughts. Well, yeah, in the way that Jack described, you were probably praying to the demon you pray to that she would die. Good on you, fucknut. And good on you people in New York who were like, what we really need is communism. It's not bad enough here. We need to bring in this fascistic organization that will destroy everything and make us realize how great things used to be.
Yeah.
I still need this answered. How come Nazis are looked down upon and commies are treated like heroes, like liberators? Jack, you're pretty decent on history. Can you name me the non-fascistic communist regimes?
Nope. I'm not that familiar with hippie communes of less than 10 people.
How many countries that have embraced communism have not qualified as fascist? I really would love that answer.
I mean, it depends how deep in the weeds you want to get. By the way, it was a male officer, father of two.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
It would have sucked if it was it sucks that a police officer died.
Yeah. It's not like it was like a corrupt cop on the take, it's just some random guy from the sound of it.
We lost World War II, simple as. No, we didn't. We won World War II. We have lost the soft Cold War that followed the other soft Cold War.
Yeah, because our people have gotten dumber and more gullible.
Yep.
And we haven't done anything to stop that. Too many people in the 70s and 80s were in love with the ideas of communism as opposed to the practicality of what communism actually entails. Same with socialism. Because otherwise they would look at history for a guide and see how horrific they always turn out to be.
Yeah. But they don't care about that because it was never tried correctly, Jack. That's the real problem. No, the real problem is that in order to maintain it, you have to be authoritarian. It's the way it is. You need some authoritarianism in any kind of government, Jack, but certain ones lend themselves to more of it. A true monarchy is going to be very authoritarian. A pure communist or socialist country is going to be pure authoritarian.
Yeah.
Because you can't have people talking back. That leads to revolution.
Yeah, well, you can't foment a revolution when you just had one. So all detractors have to die.
Do you think if Mamdani sees this, the widow of this man or the mother of his children, I'm not sure if he was married, crying in a car, he'll say that nature was healing?
He'd probably say something even worse. But I would hope she'd spit in his face.
I wish nothing but bad things on this man.
He's a bad person.
He really is. He's evil. I don't want him to die or anything. I want him to end up homeless under a bridge, and I want him to live a good long life under that bridge.
Yeah.
I want him eating dookie cakes as his number one source of protein.
Yeah,
I want really bad things for him.
Well, you said he was evil, but we already established he was a communist.
Yeah. So we'll get there eventually, I suppose. He won't because he'll be in power.
If he gets in power, which he likely will, New York's going to be in a lot worse shape within 5 years. It's going to look like the Warriors all over again.
He's going to set up 5 grocery stores, similar to what Kansas City did.
Yeah, we saw how well that worked out. Government run anything is a terrible fucking idea.
Nah, bro, I was told that it's not even the same thing. They're not even close to the same.
I had this argument the other day with one of my friends who's a pretty big socialist lefty. And he's like, yeah, the state's going to take over grocery stores if he wins. And I said, that's a shit idea. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, have you ever had to fill out any paperwork for the government? Yeah. When was the last time you were at the DMV? You really want to wait in the meat department like that? Ridiculous.
They never think that far in advance, though, because the government's going to come in and fix everything.
Yeah, that it's this childlike wonderment of like, I need a mommy and daddy, but you're looking to the most incompetent group of people and the most corrupt as your dad figure. You might as well just pick somebody smoking PCP and ask them to take care of you. You'd probably have a better odds of survival.
I read a great article on the Kansas City, Missouri store where the people who run it, because technically the government there doesn't run it. They're just giving it $750 million in addition to the building that they bought, renovated, and then just basically gave to this community organization. Can we stop right here and say community organizers need to go the fuck away? That's not a real thing, and you're probably you are HR without a real job.
Yeah. I mean, they're just basically freelance communists. So they contribute nothing.
They turn this store, what is it, Sun Fresh or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
They turn it over to this community organization, and they can't run the fucking thing. And the biggest problem they're having is crime. And they said, we shouldn't have to pay for private security because the city has been sponsoring us. They should just give us more police.
The police they probably wanted to defund.
Yeah, right? No. All the community organizers wanted to to refund the police, not to defund. They wanted to give me more money.
Uh-huh.
No, wait, that's not historically accurate. What they're going to do in the cities, because they're going the plan, Jack, is to put one government-run grocery store in each of the 5 boroughs. They're not taking over all of the food places. They're not even taking over ones that exist. They're going to set up brand new government cheese workshops, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're going to have the same problem that the Kansas City one has, because New York right now has a crime problem.
Which is going to get worse.
But they're going to buy. I love that what they say, because they say they're going to buy it wholesale so that they can pass the savings on to the customers. Like, well, very few operating grocery stores are buying from middlemen. That might have been a thing back in the day, Jack. But most people buy directly from wholesalers because that's how you save money anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not going to end up, it's not like they're going to be like, look, we have the freshest organic fruit ever. It's going to be like, hey, this is what even Walmart wouldn't have taken, because we're trying to save you money. And you're going to end up still paying, at the very least, Walmart prices, because they have to pay for electricity and restock and their employees. And it is literal communism. This is a takeover of a sector of the market.
Yeah, I would actually argue if they're farming it out to an NGO and letting them have the facade of private ownership, that's actually fascist.
They're not. This is city run. This is government running an industry, which is communism.
Yeah, well, in that case, yes. But they're going to do it so poorly because they can't do anything in a timely manner, and they'll have double the paperwork of any other private business.
Yep.
So,
actually, since it's the city and not federal government, there's a good chance they'll have less paperwork, but somehow a lot more money will go missing.
Well, there'll be a lot of additional paperwork that you have to do that you wouldn't have to do otherwise, because some manager doesn't want to lose his job at City Hall. So they're going to come up with more paperwork somewhere down the line just to cover their own ass. And that's how they get raises. Look busy. Plus, they're going to have to try and cut deals with all these distributors and stuff. And then they got to deal with the unions. And because they're city run, they're going to have to deal with the city public employees unions and shit like that. It's going to be a nightmare. None of this stuff is going to be either healthy or fresh, and a lot of it is going to be close to expiration date by the time they actually get it on shelves. There's no reason anybody would work hard if they're considered a city employee.
Chaos One, thank you. We're opening government-run grocery stores and passing the corruption on straight to you. True.
Yeah. I wonder how much stuff they're going to buy that's real close to expiration date, and there'll be a scandal at one of these locations that ends up with somebody having changed the expiration dates.
If I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to get to that point, because I think these idiots are going to try to do the organic thing, and they're going to go for the most expensive stuff, which people can't afford in these areas.
Yeah.
And so what you're going to have is a lot of reduced price stuff after it's been there for a while. I think the bigger issue is going to be the government corruption. I mean, look at what happened with Holchel and her COVID contracts that she gave out.
Mm-hmm.
She gave out sweetheart deals to people who gave her a bunch of money. And I think you'll see the same thing with Mandami. He's going to be like, we're running it, but we're gonna get all of our produce, say, from union shops. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's where the real issue is going to come into. Hey, you can't get those. You don't pay us right, you're not going to get that food delivered on time.
That'd be a
wink,
real
wink.
shame.
Yeah. Be a shame if something happened to this delivery. So, yeah. And yes, I am suggesting that he'll hook up and work with the mob to run the grocery store. Absolutely, 100%. I'm not saying he has already, therefore it's not defamation, Jack. I'm saying he's gonna. So it's a
I find it
prediction, not
likely,
defamation.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's a prediction.
I'm allowed to predict stuff, and that's not defamation. Thank you, Frank. 20 minutes late or on the notification, rewind time. Well, catch up quick, my friend. Catch up quick. Anything else you want to say about this commie shitbag and the other liberals out there who are pouring on the crocodile tears here about this poor cop when they've been the ones who've been out there vilifying police all this time?
Yeah, that guy ran into a dangerous situation, ended up dying. It's awful, and these people are all willing to stand on a grave just to get some publicity. It's really gross, and Mamdani's a piece of shit. I don't trust him. He's likely going to be New York's next mayor, and I think New York is in a whole world of trouble if that happens.
Yeah.
So good luck, you retards. If you vote for him, you're doing this to yourselves.
Jack, let's talk about the Pennsylvania pedo couple, shall we?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Now, before I was just talking about defamation, before anybody accuses me of defaming this guy, the fat guy, the Matt Jarbo looking motherfucker right here, he's a pedophile.
The one on stage right, or the Downsy looking one?
The Jarbo one with the beard and mustache here.
Oh, okay. They both kind of look like Jarbo.
One of them looks much more like Jarbo than the other one. Not all fat people look alike.
I don't know.
He's got the Jarbo glasses.
Oh,
the Jarbo.
Yeah, in the bigger picture. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
The one on the left kind of looks like my buddy's brother-in-law.
Well, Brandon here, the one on the right holding the cupcake, is a registered sex offender, Jack.
Oh, he's a tier 1 too, dude.
Yes, he was. He sent 12,000 text messages to, I believe the person was 12. I don't remember the exact age. Over the course of a year and a half, including asking him for nudes.
Jesus.
And apparently receiving him. And so our little pedo friend here decided that he wanted his own child to molest. And so him and his equally disturbing looking husband decided that they were just going to have a surrogate baby. They had a woman come in and make them a victim.
Oh my God. Yeah. Down syndrome Randy Quaid there doesn't look any better, but yeah, I have a lot of problems with this. And you know what? To be honest, I saw the Alaskan Avenger got 20 years in prison the other day. If I'd been on that jury, that'd have been a hung jury. Because people like this disgust me.
This child is going to be abused.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Maybe not right away, but they'll groom them to the age the Brandon here finds preferable. And then bad things will happen.
Magically, one day, this baby will end up with monkeypox, and they won't be able to explain how it happened.
Oh, it's a mystery. Notice how that story vanished, too.
Guys, brought to you by you. Give me money because I'm angry.
Give me money.
That's how you shill, right? Give me money. I'm angry.
Give me money because he's angry.
How is shit like this allowed to happen?
I don't know. They're not supposed to adopt children out to people on the registry,
but this isn't an adoption. It's not an adoption, so it's legal.
Yeah. But, I don't know, man. There's so much wrong here. That's why we have to throw the key away on pedos, man.
That child is a victim in waiting, and this is disgusting. And the fact that the state allows it. Frankly, if you are convicted of abusing a child, you should not be able to have a child.
Yeah, you should not be in contact with children ever.
Hey, Undoomed, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're well.
Yeah, dude.
Let me know if you want to hang out, dude. I I don't have much more to say about this story other than it's fucking gross. And I can't believe that they're calling it because of a loophole.
Bullshit.
Because
There's too many people in our government that are okay with pedos for some reason.
This is nonsensical. This is gross, and that child is in danger, and everybody involved should feel bad. Now, I don't know if the woman involved knows what happened. But I have a feeling that his past is not unknown to people in his area. He's on the fucking registry, for Christ's sake. Somebody comes to you and like, hey, will you make a baby for me? Couldn't you just do a cursory check of the fucking sex offender registry and be like, no, I don't want to make a victim for you?
Well, you have to remember some people just are soulless monsters too and don't care about what they're up to. They just see dollar signs. So maybe they shoveled some money at her and she's like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, that's fair enough, I guess. But damn.
Fucking gross all around.
Which story? Do I want to do this one next? I have 2 videos to watch, Jack. One, I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing. It's the fat lady screaming. And the other one is my surprise video for you.
Oh, God. Is this revenge for the fat lady screaming? Or
No.
Oh.
Was that Matt Jarbo? No, it just looked like him. You can say a lot of things about Matt, but the only thing we know is that he was interested in underage girls. Supposedly by his own story-ish. Hypothetically in Minecraft. I don't want to end up sued because I don't remember the story exactly, but there was the story about him getting kicked out of the church because the pastor's daughter or some chick in the church had a thing for him. And there was a knife involved somewhere. It's a really weird story. You got to watch the Medicare video on it to get the full lowdown. But as far as we know, he wasn't texting an underage boy. And so, no, not Jarbo.
Yeah, Jarbo liked to flag people.
That was enough to keep me out of jail, right?
I don't know.
Anyway, let me send this over to Undoomed.
If you say Jabroni's name 3 times, maybe he'll appear.
There we go. It's in your DMs, Undoomed. Oh shit, that got me off the story. There we go. I think we're gonna do the fat chick first, because we should do this to our audience and to Undoomed, honestly.
I was just saying, what Undoomed do to you?
That he picked the wrong night to say yes. That's what happened.
Apparently.
I'm in a fucking mood. Have I mentioned I'm in a bad mood, you guys?
Look at those glasses.
I probably should sleep. I should have slept instead of doing the show.
No, I'm poor.
But I can't sleep. I would have went in there, laid in bed, and just been miserable in bed and not been able to yell about anything. I needed to yell. By the way, Jack, we are on the Starlink, and if it cuts out, we're just going to pretend it didn't happen and keep going.
Yeah,
probably should have warned you about that at the beginning of the show.
No, I figured.
It actually worked out pretty good on this morning show. I think it only cut out like 4 times, and only one of them was more than for like 2 or 3 seconds.
That's not too bad.
Anyway, on our screen, we have the picture of problematic. Let's see. We got the nose ring, the boy haircut, the Spider Woman glasses, the nonsensical tattoos, one of which looks like a dick coming out of her bicep there. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Does she have a dick on her arm? I feel like it's a dick.
Maybe that's where she's growing one.
She's growing on her bicep. Yeah. We have so many issues, but believe it or not, nothing here. Harry Carey got reincarnated into this creature. How dare you invoke Harry Carey for this ugly whore on the day Ryan Sandberg died? That is sacrilege.
You do notice in the background there's a bunch of kitschy little knickknacks, including some Star Wars stuff. Yeah, I don't know. This person just screams like, look at me, look at me. She's wearing a Gollum shirt.
Who?
It's Gollum.
No, Egg. Egg said who? Ryan Sandberg. He was a second baseman for the Chicago Cubs. Anyway, that story is so sad too. We didn't really talk about Ryan Sandberg, great second baseman, one of the best of all time, one of the best baseball players of all time. And he was diagnosed with cancer many years ago, and then he got cleared of cancer. It was all gone, Jack. 3 months later was back, and I think it's like a year later he's dead. Very aggressive prostate cancer.
Yeah, it's awful.
So just as we've said many times, fuck cancer. Just fuck it right in the ass.
Damn right.
Undoom, my friend, how you doing tonight?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
you sound good, actually. Now I feel bad about my own sound.
Why?
Because you said your audio is awesome tonight. You just dropped some panties by saying hi.
Yeah.
Well, I usually use my wireless headset, but this time I used the normal mic. So
Yeah, your bass is coming through deep. Ladies, calm yourselves. See that bass. There it is right there. Undoom, my friend, I do need to apologize to you, especially if you haven't seen this video.
okay.
I'm sorry to be the one showing it to you, but not sorry enough not to show it. I just need to point that out.
Right.
I'd apologize because I sent this to Monkey, but my intended target got hit with accuracy. So
Yeah,
Because
you're
of what-
getting some shrapnel here. You're getting some.
yeah, you're just
So
catching.
what's this video about?
Well, before we get to that part, I have to bring up a trend that I'm noticing of fat white women screaming at their cameras. Am I the only one that's noticed this recently?
no, it's become a thing.
Why?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Are they like
I don't know. It's just
I'm unattractive, I have a bad personality, and yet still one person likes me? Let me take care of that.
Dude, I'm not going to try and figure this trend out because
I mean,
If
have you seen them losing their shit over that jeans American Eagle commercial?
Oh, we're gonna get to that. I did a
Okay,
whole
okay.
show on that this morning, but we have a follow-up later. And yeah, I saw.
real
of
quick
course.
here. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Donald Camp, for that feminist donation. He says to help get Panda Express. Thank you. I love Panda Express.
Kitten on the go. All right. So she's mad about Gaza.
Of course.
It's time for another food bank haul. What did my family of... No! No! No!
Oh, that's the style we're going with. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand now.
She has all these tattoos. That little Star Wars toy back there is about $50. If that's the Lego set that I looked up earlier. And she goes to a food bank.
I do wonder if she was like making a joke there. I'm not familiar with her
No,
stuff, so
No, she does food bank hauls.
does
when
she
she-
really?
Yeah, when she goes to the food bank, she brings back stuff and shows it to the camera what she got.
Well, I mean, they take from poor people. Donald Camp, thanks so much for the feminist $12. Hi, monkey and guest, because YouTube won't let me use your name and Jack. They won't let you say undoomed.
What do you mean?
This happened with my name for a long time on this channel. People could not put my name in chat. If they typed out ranting
I can
monkey,
see
it would
back.
blank it.
I can see back in the chat. A lot of people have put it in there.
There are
It
different.
seems. Oh, sorry. Go
There's
ahead.
different rules for super chats because so many people read them. A lot of
Yeah.
things you can say in regular chat, you can't say in super chat.
And sometimes, remember, there was a while where your name was region locked. Like
True, yes.
the West Coast couldn't say ranting monkey, but everybody on
What?
the East Coast was fine. It was really weird.
Yes, that is a real thing that happened on YouTube. The Ranting Monkey channel viewers could not say Ranting Monkey in the chat. It was wonderful.
Yeah, that lasted for a long time too.
It did, yeah.
That's YouTube for you.
Yeah.
All right, back to angry chunky lady here.
No! Because hundreds of thousands of people are starving! Babies and mothers
No, they're not.
This helps.
No, they're not.
This is very, very helpful.
Well, if she screams loud enough, the babies, mommies, and grandpas seems a really weird combination, honestly.
Yeah.
How about just the people, right? Apparently, grandma's not dying, so that part's fine. But if you pay attention to the starving people, all you see is starving babies. And if you look at the people holding them, they're perfectly healthy. Babies do require specific diets and stuff, but their caloric intake it's about like 60% of what an adult human needs to maintain weight. Somehow all the adults are maintaining weight and the babies aren't.
But Monkey, this lady saw a photograph of a kid with a genetic condition and was told it was a Gazan baby, and that baby is obviously starving. So therefore, all Gazan kids are starving. Hell,
some of the videos have fat women in them.
Most of them in the Middle East. There's a lot of tubbos over there.
For a country or sorry, region.
Where did Duke go?
Oh, he dropped out. Apparently, he'll be. I'm sure he'll be back. For a region that's starved, it is amazing how long it's taking for them to die. We really should be finding these Gazans and doing experiments on them and seeing how it is they are living for literal years without food.
What if they're zombies?
They're not, and not living without food and being, emaciated, living without food and still being robust. How is that happening?
Their buildings are made out of bread. It just looks like concrete. It's really flour.
They're the real bread tubers.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Undoom.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Just have to reload.
Gremerson here has some more to say.
Because there are thousands of trucks of food and diapers and baby formula!
I hate to be a stickler, but grandfathers are dying because diapers are on trucks. What are you feeding the Gazans?
Apparently old people poop.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's a weird thing, but if it's working for them.
But, there's currently 32 wars going on in the world. Why is it that this is the only one anyone ever cares about?
Yeah, look, people are shooting at my beautiful Thai ladies.
Because nobody cares about Cambodia and Thailand or Ethiopia's civil war because in the United States, there's no political will for any of that stuff. If this was, 50 years ago, Cambodia and Thailand going at it might have made the news. That might have been something Americans cared about because we were involved in Vietnam at the time. Right.
Yeah.
So there was you could make political headway that way. You can't do that with starving Ethiopians. They already did all that in We Are the World.
Well, I think Cambodia figured out that they're not going to win either because the Thais have more money and a better air force and a lot crazier troops. So probably a big mistake on their part to attack the Thais.
Behind the fucking wall!
In Israel!
She said beyond the fucking wall.
I gotta zoom in so I can see the subtitles.
I can't zoom in any further.
No, I'm zooming in here.
Okay,
that's fine.
Winter is coming, and the food for the undead is on the other side of the wall.
Yes.
Also, this lady really needs to shave her fat people armpits. It's really gross up there.
No, that was. Is her tongue pierced too? So we got two more warning signs that we couldn't see at the beginning of this.
Babies are starving right now! Gaza has no food!
There was a video that came out today of a market in Gaza where they actually have kids working at the stalls feeding each other. Don't worry, guys. They have no food.
Right.
Do you really think lying helps your cause?
They do.
Yeah,
they're communists.
I think that's the only thing they know how to do, yeah.
Isn't it bad enough to say these kids are suffering in a war?
No.
We got
It's
to
gotta be
lie.
worse.
And look, here's a genetic malformation. They're totally starving to death. First of
Look,
all-
there's two types of communists: rubes and liars. So you either
Hard to
end up
tell
with
the
a
difference.
gullible moron, or you end up with somebody that's a pathological liar who may also be a gullible moron. So they have no issue lying to get their way. It's all about pushing the agenda. And look, we don't need to be involved in this nonsense. This is a blood feud from 1,000 years ago that doesn't really involve us. And she's there harping and screaming about something that in no way impacts her life at all. Yeah, she does later say she has a friend that somehow tangentially involved, but I don't see what you're all bent out of shape about. Go back to your dumb little crafts that you have sitting there and stop worrying about something that's happening 1,000 miles away. Until people are assembling at the amount of Megiddo, I don't think we need to worry too much.
Yeah.
How can I show you what I get from the food bank for free?
Stop taking my tax dollars, bitch.
Stop
You just-
freezing the frame on her armpits.
Look, I have the best pause game in the world. It's just the truth. She asked how can I show my haul from the food bank? You just put it on the camera right there like you always do.
Yeah, look, I
Yeah.
record videos when I'm upset about other stuff. You still have to make videos. It's called doing your job. Suck it up, do what the British say, and get a stiff upper lip,
Well,
and
this
do
is-
your job.
this is almost one of the Hassan Piker things where you can't talk about anything they don't want to talk about because there's a genocide going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Can only focus on one thing at a time.
Well, like I
'Cause-
said, they're dumb.
And isn't it amazing that they all only happen to talk about the same thing each time?
Yeah.
You don't find groups really branching off to their own little thing because, hey, this is what we've decided is important right now. And that goes for both sides of the political aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Things that they're mad about today, in 3 weeks, we'll have to remind people they pretended to care about.
Yeah,
Right.
like the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Harry Magoo here.
When my friend's family is starving! Palestinians deserve to eat just like you and me! They deserve.
Apparently
Probably
they
should-
don't.
Probably should have started a war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't commit a attempted genocide at a peace rally and with your little dumb little gliders. I don't know what people were thinking over there. They have a lot of dumb people starting wars, apparently.
They thought exactly what is happening, that they could get enough people, even despite what they did, they could get enough people going, this was deserved. The Jews deserve this. I'm sorry. The Israelis deserve this because they're mean to the Palestinians. They're occupying them. They actually use that phrase when in Gaza there hasn't been a Jew occupation since 2006. The Jews
Like-
pulled out completely.
Look, you don't need to know history, bunny ears.
And this is where they come up with, the open air prison.
Yeah.
You mean
Yeah.
the one with 5-star luxury resorts in it?
Yes. Yeah, that open air prison, monkey. You don't
Mhm.
understand. Linear time does not exist. They can pick and choose what time they think they're living in.
I feel like that's enough of this crazy bitch because she just keeps screaming the same basic stuff.
I don't understand what they think they're going to achieve by just screaming like that. I just don't get it.
Okay, we're going to get into one of my
don't know.
conspiracies here. And it's white girl syndrome. They think if they
Okay.
are upset enough, they can make other people care. And if you don't care, they will find your manager and talk to them and yell at them too. Because
Yeah, but that just doesn't work. Nobody likes a hysterical woman.
no, but it does get followers who are like, she's right, you guys. There was actually one of the comments under that said, but she's right, though. She's not. She has a very limited grasp of what's actually going on over there. But it's enough to get accolades for people to be like, oh, you're so brave and smart.
I think it's a a really bad thing for the world that everyone has started to care about everyone else's business.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, that's their country, and they can solve that however they want. We've tried being the world police. It never worked out good for anyone.
No, look, I said this the other day. People need to start minding their own business.
Yeah.
Look at them and be like, ma'am, you need to calm down.
Oh, don't say that to a hysterical woman. No.
Oh, I disagree.
Well,
I
you
think
can
we
do it
should
if you don't
that.
give a shit about her.
That's like trying to put out a monk by throwing more gas on him.
Well, sometimes you just have to accelerate things. Just saying. Yeah, if I saw this weird cave troll lady and she's screeching like that around me, I'd probably be like, ma'am, you need to calm down. And then when she flips out, I can mace her.
There's nothing attractive about that. The whole package is just gross.
Yeah, well, that's why you would expect this kind of like barbarian reaction from somebody that has nothing going for them in any way. She's unlikable. She's annoying. She has attention-seeking outfit. It's just an obnoxious person all around. You can tell she's a screamer just by looking at her. Like, that woman's going to scream at you.
Yeah. Look at those glasses. I thought they went out of style in 2017.
Some people have got stuck in time. It happens in fashion. Thank you, Donald Camp. That's what happens when you fuck around and find out after starting a war. Fair. Except for what she says isn't even true. And Snubber, thank you. They always say it's Zionism, not Jews, when they are Jews, LOL. Well, this is how they get around the charges of being anti-Semitic. No. I just mean Israel.
Yeah. And then they say
Israel?
some horrific shit.
Yeah.
They want to do to that country. Okay. Sure.
All right. Speaking of minding other people's business, we have a blast from the past. Jack, here is your special treat tonight. I present Phil DeFranco.
Oh, Jesus. He looks horrible. Oh
yeah, he looks like he survived cancer. He honestly
does.
Did he?
What happened? Did he? Oh, he went on Ozempic, of course.
Yeah, he was getting a little tubby, and his wife's like, "You better shape up." And so he got really, really thin, really quick.
Why does his background look like he robbed a lilac store?
I honestly did think he got cancer at one point because he looked so bad. He actually looks much healthier now than he did like a year ago.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at his show for a long time, but yeah, he must have gone on the Ozempic.
Well, the reason we're watching this tonight is the show I did earlier and what you brought up, the Sydney Sweeney controversy.
Right.
Because I'm getting ready to do the show, and for some reason, I haven't watched Phil DeFranco in months. But YouTube was like, hey, do you want to see Phil DeFranco's take on the Sydney Sweeney thing? And I was like, yes, I do. And so I watched it, and I was like, oh, yeah, we got to talk about this. This pathetic, ballless piece of shit. The propaganda we're about to watch without him actually taking a stand is fucking amazing.
He looks like Ricada.
Kind of.
It's going to be some Olympic fence sitting here or what?
No, it's his take is very obvious. I don't want to give it away. Let's dive in.
Right, let's see.
You've got a Sydney Sweeney Nazi propaganda controversy playing out right now. Because if you haven't seen, there's been this debate playing out after her new campaign with American Eagle just launched, where the tagline is Sydney.
What? Tell me, God, why couldn't this be a Hugo Boss ad?
Yeah. That would have been epic.
Right? At least then the fascism connection could have been there.
Sorry about that. My apologies.
That's all right. I made a Nazi joke.
Like I said, we're just going to keep moving when that happens. Hopefully it won't happen too often, but here we go.
Propaganda controversy playing out right now. Because if you haven't seen, there's been this debate playing out after her new campaign with American Eagle just launched, where the tagline is Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Right? It's a play on words because the campaign is for American Eagle's denim line, but also.
Is your audience really so stupid you had to explain the play on words?
Yes, it's Phil DeFranco.
Apparently.
Anybody in my
it-
audience,
he says
would-
there's a great debate happening
Yes.
about it, but is it though? Isn't it just these kind of women that we just saw screaming into a microphone about it?
Yeah, it's jealous harpies.
I've seen
but-
so many videos on Twitter in the last couple of days about that, just women losing their mind and just going full, conspiracy theorist with Nazis and everything.
well, don't worry. He's going to give us a couple of those examples.
Right.
So genes like genetics. In some of the videos, they seem to use her genes to make a "Hey, did you know Sydney Sweeney is hot?" joke, like this one.
My body's
All of them make that joke, you dumbass.
No, you
Yeah.
see, Monkey, this is a historic series of debates. It's right there with the Lincoln Douglas debate,
Yes.
the 1896 Democratic Convention debates, the Kennedy Nixon debates. This will go down in time immemorial like something Aristotle taught.
I do want to point out that he picked the one that most of the 3 ads that are out there. He picked the one that most highlights her big old boobies,
Hmm.
which is how he came up. He used to do thumbnails with other women's titties. That's all he put on there and for his show.
Right.
And then he's like, "You can't do that. That is such a disgusting thing to do." By the way,
You see, what?
here's
Did he
Sydney's
say
tits.
that?
Yes. He has even said that he was wrong for doing that and how gross it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
he should have been
fuck's sake.
highlighting her sweet ass because she has a nice ass.
Because like most people, or I don't want to say most, a lot of people, once they climb that ladder, they pull it up behind them.
Yep.
But I did like that he used this one because it made me laugh because this is how he made a name for himself on YouTube, was other women's titties.
Wait, when Peter
Composition.
Dinklage did the Snow White thing where he said they shouldn't have midgets, was he pulling up a step ladder?
Yes.
Okay.
You think?
I was just checking.
and is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
But then you've got a number of people feeling like others have a much different tone.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
For those of you who missed this morning's show, there are people out there, we're going to see them in a second, who think that is Nazi propaganda.
I mean, she is blonde and blue-eyed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's their argument.
Yeah, and
basically.
they're talking about genes. So, I mean, genetics. Hello.
You're seeing many out there feeling like that by emphasizing genetics, especially with Sydney's blue eyes and calling her genes great. The ad was essentially promoting eugenics, with some saying,
Like a blonde.
He
Oh my God,
actually
that's-
pulled up this bitch as a source.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can look at Sydney Sweeney and not say she's got great genes. What the fuck is your problem?
Well, isn't it funny that they focus on her eyes and hair color, which, by the way, not a real hair color. You can see her roots, dumbasses.
Right.
But they not her lips, her features that are where they should be and right side. Everything's attractive.
Yes.
She's look, I don't think she's as hot as some people say, but she's clearly pretty.
Yeah.
They're like, no, this is just about her eyes and hair.
Look, they are obviously German shaming here.
Oh man.
This is really bigoted, and Tubbo McGee here really shouldn't be talking about this because it's very thin phobic.
Yeah, and German phobic.
All right, this
And
is the video.
Nazi-phobic.
Sorry, this is the video we watched this morning. If you want to see my full take on her, watch the stream from this morning.
Haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
No, it's not.
What was it? Propaganda when Beyonce talked about that one chick with the good hair?
Becky with the good hair. apparently, if you have blue eyes and blonde hair and anybody compliments your genes, then it's a Nazi dog whistle. I did not know that. I missed that class.
Yeah, must have missed that too.
Oh, it was probably in a feminism class that you guys didn't take.
Nope.
Look at those crazy eyes staring at us. Jesus, that's so haunting.
Smells like jealousy. Her full video is absolutely insane because she, and Phil's going to get into it for us, but she brings up the Brooke Shields ad, which we'll get to in a second.
I also am thinking about like all of the young girls who are doing their back to school shopping right now at places like American Eagle who are seeing ads like this. Yikes.
Praising Sydney.
Yeah. Pretty gross to try to sell mom jeans to teenagers.
Well, I'd agree with that. But yeah, that oh my God, beautiful people. We should aspire to things. Let's just sit back and eat Twinkies and ho-hos.
Yeah.
Shut up, fat ass.
I mean, it's good to see that they have an ad with a beautiful person. I mean, we haven't seen that in years.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why they hate it.
That's what's really offensive to them. If she was fat and ugly, they'd be like, this is so brave.
So empowering.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank
None
you,
of these
Dangerous.
people are attractive complaining. Have you noticed that?
Thank you, Dangerous. Holy shit, Phil, when even Jack is saying you look too thin, you may have gone too far. By the way, Monk, I am posting Streamlabs links, including Undoomed on YouTube. Look at chat occasionally. I do look at chat. I didn't notice that you were posting anything different. Where's my replace pin? There we go. All right.
Sweeney for her great genes in the context of her white, blonde hair, blue eye appearance. It is one of the loudest and most obvious racialized dog whistles we've seen and heard in a while.
Yeah, peroxide blonde. Yeah, totally. That hair dye, really, that is such a dog whistle.
Yeah, it's
white people just existing as a dog whistle.
That's true.
It's not just a Nazi dog whistle. It's a racist dog whistle.
Racism.
Yeah.
No, I think Mofo's right. This is a lot of envy and jealousy here.
It is. Because the ugly people are like, we deserve representation.
Yeah, no, you don't.
That.
No, nobody wants to look at some gross tub of goo that's going to die 10 years earlier because they're a gross tub of goo that won't go for a walk. Trust me, I'm fat. I get it. I don't want to go for a walk either. I worked hard on this body by Frito-Lay. But, yeah, it's not going to help you live longer.
If you're looking to sell jeans to age groups tween to, say, 30, having somebody like Sydney Sweeney in your ad wearing those jeans, giving the implication that you'll look as good as she does in those jeans is just good marketing.
Oh, yeah. And think about all the teenage boys.
Sure. Yeah, they're like dry humping a sock right now over it. But just from a marketing standpoint, and you could do this with attractive black girls too. It's been done. It's not racist to do it. And you can even say they have good genes.
Yeah.
Are you guys suggesting no black people have good genes? Because she didn't say it. Sydney Sweeney didn't say that. American Eagle didn't say that. You guys are the ones suggesting that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Forehead here. I don't know if she has more to say. I don't remember.
When those traits are consistently uplifted as genetic excellence, we know where this leads.
Right, and that is
leads to good marketing.
We don't need anyone to say anything like that. I mean, we know what genetic excellence is by looking at it.
Yeah, she's pretty. That's genetically gifted in that sense.
Yeah, nobody looked at Usain Bolt and was like, that guy drew the short straw.
Right?
They're like, holy shit, that dude's some sort of anomaly.
Anyway.
Others writing things like, I like Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle as much as the next guy, but we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children is a crazy tagline for selling jeans.
What did they put that in there? I don't think they did.
Yeah, I've seen all 3 of the ads. I haven't seen the print versions of it, but I don't remember the 14 words being there.
Right? That seems a bit of a disingenuous statement there by whoever did that, and Phil to put that in here.
Well, as something about an ad sexualizing a woman with blonde hair and blue eyes while commenting that she has great genes feels extremely conservative, especially in this political climate. And that is
Saying somebody with blonde hair and blue eyes has good genes is extremely conservative.
What?
But only in this political climate.
Where, in Norway? Like, are they talking about the Dutch? What the fuck are they talking about?
Swedes, by their very nature, are just Nazis.
Apparently.
It's official.
Most Germans didn't even measure up to that standard. What the hell are these people talking about? God, I hate the historical illiteracy, and then they turn it into an argument somehow.
you had many blaming Sydney for participating in the campaign and claiming it wasn't just a commercial, saying it was a love letter to white nationalism and eugenic fantasies, and she knew it. But you also say,
I don't want to
What?
hear the left talking about eugenic fantasies when you still support abortion, okay?
Right?
But if we want to entertain that for a second, there was nothing in there that said only Sydney Sweeney genes should exist.
No.
Or only people who look like Sydney should exist. That would be eugenics, retard.
Yeah, is Sydney going to round up all the Levi's in her neighborhood and put them in a camp? Like, I don't understand.
Sydney Sweeney being hot doesn't make Stacey Dash ugly, okay?
No, Time did that.
They can, well, yeah, but she's still hot. You can have a whole wide variety of attractive genes that look nothing like each other. Many people, Jack included, have yellow fever. Are we allowed to say yellow? I don't remember.
It comes and goes in waves.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Who find Asians to be the most attractive.
It's because they are.
Is that a racist dog whistle?
No,
Oh,
that's
they
just,
are awfully nice.
yeah, it's not a racist dog whistle. It's just God perfected Asians, and the rest of y'all are just kind of like lower on the totem pole. That's just the way it is.
Oh, speaking of that, dude, I was watching that video for Warriors of the World again. That's the one I sent you the one day, the heavy metal one with the Asian chick in it.
Yeah.
They have another song with her. I forget the name of it. I think it's called Ring, with her in it, and she does her metal voice. That girl can do a really deep metal voice.
Yeah. Well, Asians, nothing can stop them.
I've never heard an Asian sound like rah, 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 but she
You've
does.
never pissed one off. Get them pissed off, and they go from, "Oh, Mr. Jack, you're so nice," to "You get over here now." Like, when did Scorpion show up? Get over here.
Most of the Asians I pissed off in my life were Filipinos, because Navy brat, that's the Asians I was around the most. And they still sound very hype. They sound like Minnie Mouse on a rampage when they're mad. It's cute.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not how you hear it when you're the target of it, because you know what they're doing. And never piss off a Korean woman. They are by far the meanest when they shout, from what I could tell. They're like the Germans of Asia. You know.
Anyway,
German's great shouting language.
Back to our main topic here. Sorry, guys, I get distracted sometimes.
Well, I'm thinking about
tons of
Asians,
people in it, right?
Oh, song is Ding. Thank you, Hearst. I appreciate that. The song is Ding, if anybody wants to look it up. It's a cover from a band called Seed. I'd never heard of before because they're a German band. And for some reason, 2/3 of the song is in German and one verse is in English, and that is how the original was done too.
So there's an Asian girl covering a song called Ding that's in German and English.
Yes.
Oh, that's very problematic. That's like the taco truck sketch.
That kind of is problematic if you put too much thought into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go.
Instagram comments pissed off at her, some pointing to the eugenics criticism and others just slamming her for doing another ad campaign that sexualizes her. With many of them,
have you guys noticed a trend so far of which side he's lifting up?
Yeah.
Which side Phil's promoting here?
Yeah. Look at that pause face too. Like that. Have you learned anything? Did you learn your lesson? Ugh.
Saying that the campaign seems reminiscent of very controversial ads that Brooke Shields did with Calvin Klein when she was just a teenager, where she said nothing comes between her and her Calvin. And in one ad, she does a similar gene pun where she describes genetics. Right, but there, many felt that those ads.
For the record, I talked about this extensively on the show earlier. The reason that these were controversial with Brooke Shields, not only was she a teen, she was only 14 at the time.
Right.
And these were very sexualized ads. That's what made it creepy. That's what made it weird. If she had been 18 or 20 or 25 at the time, there's nothing wrong with the ads. It's the fact they used a child, you weirdos.
When was this ad from?
It's in the 80s, early 80s, I think.
Yeah, it's like 83, 84, somewhere in there.
Well, it's
very,
before
very
my
old.
time.
And yeah, there was controversy around it because she was a child.
Yeah,
It had nothing to do with her talking about her genes.
Sydney Sweeney is 27. She's too old for even DiCaprio to date.
No shit.
Yeah.
Not too old for me. Call me
Sexualizer.
Sydney.
Brooks was born in 65, then that means this was in 79.
Oh, jeez. That's way older
Now
than
you
I
people-
thought.
Well,
You're going to bring up 50-year-old shit? Jesus.
yes.
Yeah.
To compare it to something it's not comparable to. Sweeney's
Yeah.
an adult.
They're
And
both
has been for a while.
advertisements. They're both jeans advertisements. So obviously correlation. Plus, you know what else existed in the 70s? Phantom Nazis.
Did they? I thought they made their comeback in the mid 80s.
No, I'm sure there were some Phantom Nazis running around somewhere. Probably in some B movie.
Just looked it up. This ad was in 80. Yeah, that I mean, they were filmed when she was 14, which puts it at 79, 80, comes out in 80. That makes sense.
Thing that it's on for American Eagle to reference a commercial mostly known for sexualizing a child. Now, with this, you had
It's weird to reference the commercial by wear jeans. There's a good chance that the person who came up with, hey, let's do a play on jeans with a pretty girl, never saw the Brooke Shields ad. It's from 1980, for fuck's sake.
Now, I'm hoping
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I'm hoping that Sydney Sweeney's next commercial is for the hair or the shampoo that says and she sings the line about washing that man right out of her hair.
Oh, what the fuck was that shampoo?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
remember
wash that
offhand.
man right out of my hair. And
Yeah,
they changed it to what? I wash that right out of my Head and Shoulders commercial.
I think it was Head and Shoulders because it was probably about dandruff, but I hope she does that and everybody freaks out and they're like, oh, she wants to send people to the death camps.
All right. Robo Monkey, sorry about that.
Others pointing to the fact that an American Eagles press release, you had the company noting that it created a Sydney gene meant to raise awareness for domestic violence, with sales from those pants going to a crisis text line. But then you had
Racist bitch. I didn't even know this part when I talked about it this morning, but apparently, yeah, they're trying to help with violence against women, and they're like, we need to stop that. I fucking hate
These
this world.
people.
Yes, exactly.
many arguing that given how sexy the ads are meant to be, you would never know that this angle even existed. So, it just
You don't need to know that they're donating the money if they're donating the money. They're not using that as a selling point, which can be gross, honestly. Hey, give us money and we'll give a little of that to charity.
It's not a great look.
It's not. I actually applaud them for not making that part of their campaign.
Yeah,
But
I mean, which guy are you going to respect more? The guy who brags about donating to charity or the guy who just does it?
The guy who just does it, I can't respect because I don't know he did it, right?
No, but, if you found out some other guy told you.
True. No, I get what you're getting at, but when it comes to trying to build yourself up, you got to go, you got to do it. Humble charity. Exactly, Faithless.
Yeah.
Anyway,
appears that there's controversies at every corner, with the criticisms notably growing especially loud over the weekend. With all of that said, Sydney Sweeney teaming up with American Eagle here, one, it appears to have actually been very good for American Eagle, at least as far as the stock price is concerned. With the stocks,
Thank you, Frank. Anti-woman abuse. That's why the L don't like it. No, they usually come out and say they're against female or violence against females until they get caught beating one.
Oh, maybe this is for the victims of the Muslim rapists in Germany. So it's benefiting German women, and they have a problem with that.
The fat lady that we saw just a clip of earlier, she starts that video by saying, "Are we surprised that a company literally named American Eagle has made a fascist jean commercial?"
Yeah, what the fuck did she mean by that?
Well, America's full of Nazis, right?
There's two possibilities. Maybe there's a third, and I'm just not dumb enough to think of it.
Mm-hmm.
But one, it could just be that she thinks anything American is fascist. Or two, she doesn't realize that eagles are associated with America, hence American Eagle. And she thinks that the American eagle is a reference to the German eagle of the Nazi era.
Yeah, that they stole from the Romans.
So you'd have to, it's one of those two retarded excuses.
But then you have grown up in a box. Like, you had never heard of an American eagle, the most American symbol ever?
Doom, they're not smart people.
Yeah, these are borderline special needs kids, I think.
Anyhow, so the stock price is up.
An initial massive jump, and then with the backlash there's been some fluctuations, but still it's been net positive. And two, you've also seen many people out there arguing that the backlash over this is overblown, right? Arguing that this is just a pun about Sydney Sweeney being very pretty, not a Nazi dog whistle. But then also we've seen people landing in a third camp where they think whatever is going on, it just didn't land, writing things like, I don't think American Eagle is some sort of Nazi company, or this is even 100% on purpose, but it's definitely capitalizing on ever-growing fascist sentiment in this country.
What?
Oh, it's retarded.
Oh my God. Nobody's trying to turn America into Nazi Germany.
They're accidentally cashing in on fascism.
Yeah, all the fascism that's like, let's deport people instead of rounding them up and gassing them. Or, all that fascism of freedom of speech and private gun ownership. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's how
We
this
now
works.
have the Sydney Sweeney jeans to Nazi pipeline, for fuck's sake.
Well, I mean, it gets me in Sydney's jeans. That was out
fucking
loud.
Weird.
We're seeing this debate play out, and depending on where you go on the internet, just massively different reactions. I got to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? Which of these three camps are you landing in, and why? And then
that's it. That's he gives the story, and this is what I mean by it's easy to tell where he lands. We get one person saying you guys are being retarded. You get one person saying it's accidentally fascist, and all of the other examples he gives are about how it's racist, fascist, and child porn.
He can't. He doesn't have the balls to just come out and say it himself. He has to use these other people to demonstrate his point, and then he ends it with, "Well, what do you think? What are your comments and likes?"
Yeah, I think Philip DeFranco here is engagement farming. So I think he's the piece of shit here. So I'm prepared to commit to that.
I just love that he tries to pass it off as though he doesn't really even have an opinion. Here's just the facts about it. But 99% of the facts are on one, and not facts, opinions in this case. 99% of the opinions are on one side. You are so transparent, you ballless dick.
But was there anything he said that wasn't on the one side? Like, it's 100% on one side, right?
He did give the one tweet of somebody saying that it was overblown.
Okay, but that was Evan Loves Worf who said that, right?
No, Evan Loves Worf is I think he's the one that gave us the accidental Nazi. Yeah, the accidental fascism.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
so
that guy's retard too.
Evan Loves Worf, I am convinced, is his own cousin. There's no other explanation for how dumb this motherfucker is.
I was gonna guess it's Ted Lieu's sock account, but you have a Rumble rant.
Oh, thank you, Dangerous. I can't believe how ignorant you Yanks are about history. One of the big defining aspects of Nazi Germany was double denim. Wake up, sheeple. Also, eugenics is big on naturally passing on genes, right? Yes, exactly. You're right. We were just wrong in our history.
Yeah. Ironically, blue jeans were invented by a Jewish guy named Levi. So I guess we should probably overlook that.
Don't we all remember learning in history class how Bill Blass made the jean jackets for the Nazis?
Yeah. They all wear Canadian tuxedos. I don't think so, monkey.
I'm pretty sure I learned that. I was asleep at the time, so maybe.
Yeah, they all have back patches of AC/DC and Stormtroopers of Death. Yeah. It's very, very 80s.
This is a tangent. Sorry, guys. But I watched a Nate the lawyer video the other day that pissed me off in the same way that this one did. And this comes from a more conservative camp because he was looking at whether or not Tulsi Gabbard's charge of treason has any weight. Treason against Obama specifically. And instead of giving his opinion on it, instead he went to different chat AI programs. He did Chat GPT and Grok and some I've never heard of, and just gave what they said. For those of you
so fucking lazy.
No, he does this on other videos, but he still gives his opinion on those videos. In this one, he doesn't give his opinion. And as a lawyer, some of you guys are going to hate me saying this, but the actual charge of treason that Tulsi has put forward it's not treason. Douchebaggery, sure. Election interference, absolutely. But the stuff that Obama was very careful about how he did this, like he did with the charge of racism all during his reign. You didn't actually see Obama come out and be like, everybody who hates me is racist. He let all of his surrogates do that. All of the people who were out there that were saying that the election was hacked, those were people who worked for Obama and he didn't correct them, or it was people in the media. So I repeat myself, and he just didn't correct them. It sucks that there's a loophole for that, but that's the reality. And instead of just telling his audience that, Nate's like, well, this is what Chat GPT said. Like, for real, you're a lawyer, for fuck's sake. You should know how parsing words works. And I've never seen him do that before. I've never seen him be such a bitch about taking an opinion. It really offended me. And it's one of the few times I've commented on a video on YouTube. Grow some balls and give your opinion if you're going to be out here giving opinions. If you genuinely don't have one, I know that can happen. There have been times stuff has come up where I'm like, guys, I really don't know how I feel about this, but this is what's out there. But there's not a lot to say about a topic like that because you don't have an opinion on it. It's seditious, not treason. For what Obama actually did that they can actually prove, it's not even that. It's douchebaggery. Letting other people...
Hold on a second. I'm going to have to mute myself for a second here and take care of some business thing that came up here. Yeah, just so you know.
Yeah. Cool. Unfortunately, it's not illegal to let other people lie on your behalf.
Unless they've got some kind of thing where he's giving the instructions to someone.
Yep.
Like some emails or something, then maybe, but...
Well, she comes out and she gives us this memo that said the Russians didn't hack any voting equipment. And the theory that Tulsi puts forward is that then they get another assessment and they push out the Russia hoax bullshit, the Russia collusion hoax. But Russia saying that there was collusion with the Trump campaign is not the same as saying that the election machines were hacked. people who were saying that it was hacked were the media and Obama surrogates. He comes out in December of 2016 and specifically says that the machines weren't hacked, but there was collusion. And you don't have to like it, but the Trump folks did meet with the Russians. They didn't necessarily work with them, but they did meet with them. And by basic definitions, there's some collusion there. We know that there was some sharing of some polling data. That's collusion by definition. I get it. I don't like these people either. I don't like that Obama got away with the IRS scandal. The IRS scandal, Fast and Furious, those are two things that he never should have got away with. And they are far worse than what he tried to pull with the Russian collusion shit. Anyway, if you're gonna have an opinion, have an opinion. Goddamn, don't be like, here's Chat GPT's opinion, especially because AI programs, they don't actually have opinions. All they're doing is taking the most popular stories that they've been told have credibility. Like, hey, MSNBC is a credible source. You should look at that, and then repeat what it says. And I can prove that because go ask Chat GPT something and then go look up an article from, say, MSNBC on that topic, and you'll notice that they read very, very similar.
Did you, by the way, slightly related, did you see where Candace Owens is getting sued by...
Oh, fuck, yes. That attention whore.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, the French president and his wife are suing Candace Owens because she staked her reputation that Mrs. Macron was in fact a man, baby.
And she has really done herself in with this because she's going to lose this case.
Oh yeah. This was gonna be ugly. It was funny too because I first heard about it by accident. I accidentally clicked on a Glenn Beck video about this, and he played the clip where she said, "I staked my reputation on it," and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, she is it this video? No. She put on the thumbnail of this one, "This took balls." And funny. She has said that what is the lady's name? Something Brigitte Macron, is that her name?
Something like that, yeah.
That she's a man, and she said this before. Candace doesn't have any real thoughts. This is something she picked up from someone else.
Yeah.
And then we had the case in the French courts where the Macrons sued two ladies who were calling her a man. And in the original court case, she's awarded not very much money. I mean, if you're an American and you got sued for defamation and it was less than $2,000, but fuck it, I'll pay it. The two girls lose the original case. Then it goes to the French appellate court, which just happened recently. And weirdly enough, it's right after that Candace pulls this shit.
Yeah, because they got overturned on appeal. The
French appellate court overturned it. The Macrons have appealed it to the highest court in the land. And this is Europe, so I can't see them winning this case. I think the Macrons are going to win that one too. But here in the United States, which is where she's being sued in Delaware because she has an LLC in Delaware.
Yeah.
You made this claim, as well as claiming that she's basically a pedophile, because she is romantically linked with him and she was his teacher. I love that people like, he went to school with her daughter, but she's a dude. What?
Well, I mean, she may have been the sperm donor in that case.
I suppose so. Rachel Levine has kids.
Yeah, that's so confusing. Yeah, well, I drew the connection here because the biggest cover up in the Obama scandal involves a penis.
Yeah.
and probably a dead cook. But yeah, so I just didn't know if you knew about this lawsuit or not.
Urkel says she did rob the cradle on that one. Look, I think it's gross, but in France at the time, 15 was the age of consent and he was 15. it's nasty. And here in the United States, you'd still get in trouble because you were his teacher, and there's that power dynamic. But at the time, that wasn't even a thing in the United States. So it's gross. I don't support it, and I'm not supporting the Macrons, but they have a case against her for defamation because they sent her information, because she claims like there's no pictures of Bridget, whatever her fucking name is, Mrs. Macron, when she's a little girl. They sent her pictures of her when she's a little girl. Candace claims that Bridget is actually her brother in drag.
Yeah.
Except for there's pictures of him around too at events now.
No, that was a body double. See, that's an actor with plastic surgery that just looks like him. See, or he's doing a Tootsie where he runs out of the room, changes real quick, and then runs back. Or Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire. We have a much younger audience, Jack.
Sorry, I forgot. Plus, Dustin Hoffman always looked like a man.
One of Candace's he really did. One of Candace's best pieces of evidence, please understand I'm using the biggest of air quotes here.
Bunny ears.
Is that pictures of Bridget's brother when he was young look very similar to her now.
He looked like an old man.
Wait, there's a family resemblance between siblings?
That's crazy talk.
Holy crap. I've never heard of anything like that.
But has she done a jeans commercial about that? Because that sounds like some weird Nazi eugenics.
Candace is so desperate for attention, which she is getting, by the way. She's getting a lot of attention from Groypers and Tate fans.
No, shocker. I wonder if this is the ugly woman Tate used in that.
There we are.
Trans video.
She's getting a lot of attention for this because she knows how to market herself to people who think it. Even if Macron's wife was a dude, who gives a shit?
Yeah, first of all, they're French, so kind of expect them to be a little gay. But yeah, I just don't care. These are people that live on another continent. What does this have to do with us at all? Who gives a shit? Do we have real problems to deal with?
But see, this way Candace can play the victim because now she's being sued here in the States and she's going to lose. She's going to owe the Macrons much more than $2,000 that they got from those ladies in France.
Yeah.
Because American courts have punitive damages, you stupid bitch. Monk's opinion on Tommy Lauren about Tate. What was Tommy Lauren's take on Tate? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I don't remember what her Tate take was. Tate take.
Sounds like you are doing reviews on tater tots.
I don't think all that highly of Tommy Lauren to begin with, but if she's on the fuck Tate train, then she's right about that. Whatever happened with their Romanian case? Shouldn't they be in jail by now?
I don't think it's like anywhere near wrapped up yet.
Because they got sent back, right?
Yeah, they don't have a right to a speedy trial in
No.
the Eastern Bloc.
I do love all the Americans. What about due process?
That's an American concept.
They're still getting due process because that is their legal system and they're going through it. Unless you can show me that they're being somehow robbed of what the laws are in that country, then due process still applies. That due process doesn't mean American justice.
Yeah. I had to explain that to somebody during the Amanda Knox retrials because they're like, what does double jeopardy apply? I was like, they don't have double jeopardy. They can just keep trying you until they get the conviction.
Yep.
Oh, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's why you live in America, idiot.
And that's why I stay in America.
Right?
Because if my ass went overseas, I would probably, they're like, that's the white guy who killed 30 people. I'm like, I ain't killed nobody. And they're like, let's find out in our courts.
Yeah. Yeah. And the lead detective in that case was a complete whack job. He was also involved in the Monster of Florence case. and they were trying to pin it on a writer, Douglas Preston.
Yeah.
And because a psychic told him that a satanic cult was involved. And the psychic told him the same thing about Foxy Noxy. So this psychic just sees cults everywhere. Diabolical, I tell you. Italy's littered with satanic cults.
There was a lot of this during the Satanic Panic too, where there would be something happen, and for some reason the police would go to a psychic, and they're like, "I see witches dancing in the woods naked with saffron." I don't know what they dance with.
Well,
what do you weird witches dance with?
Probably velvet, like burgundy velvet. That sounds classy. I don't know. Satanists always have such nice robes. Yeah, you remember the satanic ritual abuse syndrome nonsense that started? I read a great book called The Myth of Repressed Memory.
Oh, yeah.
It covered a lot of that stuff that was in there because they kept doing this like a memory recall with hypnosis. And it's all bullshit because they're basically planting scenes in people's heads.
Yep.
It's not a recovered memory because people even said it wasn't like it was a real memory. It was like watching a movie because your imagination is at play. It's a fascinating read. The book came out in like 94. Totally worth tracking down.
We just saw a video. I don't remember. I think you were on the show at the time, Jack, where the WEF is talking about how easy it is to plant memories in people that aren't real. We've known this is bullshit. Humans are very suggestible. And as somebody with a very good memory who has had to argue with people over things until I can prove that I'm right, like literally repeat conversations to them word for word back to them, it's amazing to me what some people think happened versus what did happen. Like me and my brother have an ongoing, we've had this argument since we were like 6. I was 6 and he was 5 at the time. Mom made chicken for the church picnic. And my brother decided to help, and he poured a shit ton of pepper all over it.
Ooh.
And in my brother's memory, he poured all of that into chili. And I'm like, you did it while it was sitting out as she was prepping it. She turned away for a minute, and you got up there and put it on there. You think Mom let you near a hot pot of chili for a church picnic in summer in San Diego?
Yeah, that doesn't seem accurate. if it's accurate, your mom was mean, dude.
But he's convinced that it was chili. Like that's not what it was. It's very easy for us just to misremember stuff.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We have bad memories, but the whole repressed memory thing was a bunch of nonsense, and a lot of people went to prison for shit they didn't do.
Yep.
And it's gross, and it's just another point against psychology in my mind.
Well, it was definitely some bad actors looking to make a name for themselves, and it was really gross. Never should have happened. Destroyed a lot of innocent people, and messed up a whole generation of kids.
When we have the stereotype, when we have the stereotype of hypnosis as being able to get people to do stupid shit.
And he's gone. The hypnotist didn't want him to say that. Big hypnosis is silencing monkey.
Sorry about that.
Oh, there you are.
When the stereotype about hypnosis is that you can plant suggestions into people's minds, how do you then take that thing and go, no, we're totally going to find the memories they just forgot. We won't be planting anything in there.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it comes down to the way they structure the questions, because if you give leading statements to them, it's just like an interrogation. If you're very careful, you could probably suss out some facts, but if you start creating imagery in their heads, then you're going to get fantasy nonsense.
What?
Huh?
Saint Dr. Key knows Satanists are after monkey. Oh, they're going to be disappointed. I have no soul. I'm on Twitter all the time. It's detrimental to my job.
It's their efforts to put you to sleep and silence you so that the world ends.
Did you see that guy fucking just lose his mind on Scribe?
No, I missed that.
Scribbles makes a post about here. I'll find it in here, but he makes a post about how God of War is being brought to the screen, and because,
why?
well, because there is a decent story there, and if they follow it, they could make a good movie.
He's gonna be a black lesbian.
Yeah, and that's basically what Scribbles says. Where is that tweet?
They're gonna Mary Sue the fuck out of him, just like the new Spartacus.
Save that tweet for later. I got to show people how smart I am. It's actually not how smart annoys me. Okay, go over Scribbles' page and find this. But the way this dude freaks out, I mean, the guy freaks out to the point where he gets shitty with Scribbles and then comes back and makes another post. And they even say this because they are so mad about what they read from something Scribe wrote. Okay.
Scribe is a very innocuous, like not controversial guy. No offense to him, but he's not what I would classify as like a top tier troll. He's not Medicare throwing out like zingers all the time where some spurg is gonna be like, "How dare you!" So it's kind of funny that somebody flipped out on him over some innocuous nonsense.
Shit, why can't I find this? Did he take it down?
No offense, Scribe.
No, and I'm not saying this mean about Scribe at all because I just find it funny, honestly. Well, shit, now I can't find it.
If he's saying, you know, something about how they're going to Mary Sue it or something, that he's probably not wrong. They're going to Netflix it up, and Kratos won't even be Greek anymore.
Oh, I want to talk about that story too. Shit, I forgot about it. I read a New York Post story about that beatdown that happened in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And their wording in it, they say it's still unknown what started the fight. That wasn't a fight. That was a beatdown.
That was Cincinnati has this is something people don't live in Ohio don't really pay attention to. Cincinnati about every 10 years or so has a race riot. It's usually kept really quiet, and if you're not from the area, you're not going to know about it. Never makes national news. Hasn't in like 20 some years.
It just really bothered me that they called it a fight.
Yeah, that was not a fight. That was a mob attack.
Yeah, and somebody said the white guy instigated or something like that. If it was just one guy who beat his ass, I could at least see that. I've beaten up people who've started fights with me before, Jack. But there were tons of people coming in from the side and kicking him in the head, and then that one dude knocks the lady out cold. That wasn't a fair fight. That was cowardly bullshit. Every one of those people involved is a fucking pussy.
Yeah, the one article I read said that the woman didn't even know the guy. Like they were together. They were just in the same area.
She was just trying to keep the one guy from going after him again. And a woman comes in from this. I can't show you guys the video. It's that bad.
It's pretty brutal.
But a woman comes in from the side and pushes her. And at that moment, the guy decides to punch her in the face, which knocks her out cold. And then the bystanders try sitting her up. Okay. If you guys are ever in a situation where somebody falls and hits their head really hard, don't start dragging them up because your friend Trey might go to jail. You're going to cause damage.
Yeah. Oh, you've had a sudden neck injury. Let's thrash you around a bit. That won't cause permanent damage. What?
On the plus side, the article that pissed me off, it was about how 5 of those people have been caught and they're hoping to catch more.
Yeah, I hope so. There's a lot of video of it, thankfully, because dumb criminals record themselves.
Well, they're still going to end up getting off with nothing. Did you see the guy that stabbed all those people in the Walmart? They gave him $100,000 bail.
Yep.
So he can get out of jail for 10 grand.
Yeah.
He stabbed 11 people.
Mostly elderly, from what I heard. So, not
And
surprising.
They didn't do anything to him. He just decided he was going to go stab up a Walmart. And they're like, it's on attempted murder. We don't want to give you excessive bail for that.
That sounds racist, monkey.
Hey,
Anyway.
I'm back.
Hey,
welcome back.
Sorry about
Welcome back.
Oh, you're good.
that. Welcome back.
There it is. I found the scribe thing. So this is what Scribble said. He says, so Amazon is going for the sadder, least fun version of Kratos in a show run by the guy who decided to use the video game franchise to warn against the dangers of toxic masculinity and patriarchy. I'm sure it'll be a hoot.
Oh, yeah.
Fairly normal, non-threatening statement.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's an opinion. Who cares?
And so this guy says, monetize Twitter was genuinely the worst decision in history. Really?
I didn't
yeah,
even know
'cause-
Scribe had a check mark.
Yeah, but first of all, just because you have a check mark doesn't mean you're monetized.
No, it doesn't. Exactly.
Secondly, what, for 17 likes?
Yes.
Wow, I think he made a thousandth of a cent.
Yeah.
Right?
They go on to say, why am I forced to see your dumbass in these comments?
What?
Holy shit.
But wait, it gets better because they said this. This shit pissed me off. I had to come back and say, go fuck yourself. Holy shit, man.
There should have been a comma after shit. Otherwise, it's
True.
holy shit, man. And I don't know who holy shit man is. but
Holy
he is
shit, man would be
divinely inspired by the Lord.
That would be a great comic book. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, it's about a guy that he's a night soil man in the 1800s. The guys that used to go around and empty the outhouses and stuff. And on his spare time, when he's not, or when he's out working in the middle of the night collecting poop, he also fights werewolves and vampires.
See, I was going more with fecal-philiac priest.
Oh, I went a different direction, and
Yes, we're different
yours is
people.
disturbing. Mine sounded like a fun bad movie. So yours sounds like one of those movies out of Germany.
Yeah.
Scribe just points out that the guy who's making, for those of you who don't know the God of War series, it's very masculine, okay?
What?
Hyper masculine, I
Oh.
would say.
That sounds
Right.
atrocious. We should
Well,
ban
they just-
that.
They decide to go with the writer who's like, toxic masculinity is bad. It's a very valid point to point out it's probably going to suck.
Yeah, of course. I
Because
mean, I've never played the game, but I've seen the characters, and it's like
Yeah.
I can imagine what it's like, or what it's supposed to be like when they
When
do
you
it right.
completely misunderstand the source material, chances are you're not going to write it very well.
No,
Yeah, blue-eyed.
and I mean,
makes
nobody
good
wants this. No, I mean, it's kind of that thing when the teacher brings out the TV in the classroom, and it's like, this is going to be fun and educational. That's
Yes.
not fun.
Yeah, those things don't go together.
Yeah.
Blue-eyed Scream made a good point. That dude better not watch one of Scribe's streams. He might stroke out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, look, Scribe's a pretty middle-of-the-road guy, very non-threatening, so this guy's a
Look,
bit of a spurg.
I'll be honest with you. There are times where I understand why people come back a second time to comment on something I said to them, because I'm a dick.
Yeah, but you also attract some really weird people.
I will go out of my way to say something horrible to somebody that's annoying me. Scribbles, he didn't even do that. He just said it's probably going to suck because of the writer they chose. And this guy's like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Was this an account from the writer? Or
I don't fucking know. I didn't go digging through Scribbles' timeline to find out who it was. He did the shoe thing where he tries to block it. Scribbles, I can just pull some of that out and do a search on Twitter.
Did one of your trolls get lost?
My trolls haven't been around lately. It's weird. Aaron seems to have
Really?
finally given up.
What was he called? Sorry.
Aaron.
That was your troll, your main one?
My latest one, yeah. She got very mad at me because I said that Andrew Tate saying that it's more manly to bang a pretty tranny than it is to bang an ugly woman made him gay. And she decided that actually made me gay because I wouldn't have sex with a guy.
Yeah, that's the Fuentes definition of gay.
That's some really nice mental gymnastics there.
Right?
Ufio is my old troll, Keever Dam. Ufio apparently blocked me. I found that out not long ago. I was like, I wonder whatever happened to that idiot. Yeah, he blocked me.
Here's the theory. Ufio may have been drinking. Confused you and Scribe.
Could have been. I have no idea. I saw this and I don't understand freaking out like this over this to the point where you had to come back. You already said your piece, but hey, this might suck because of the writer they chose. Like, fuck you. I had to come back and say that. How
is
meaningless
it cut
your
off
life?
there, or does the discussion continue after this?
Well, Scribble says, if going to the effort of responding to posts like mine gave you such trouble, maybe you're better off ignoring them in the future. What a cocksucker. How dare he?
What a monster. Censorship.
To which our unhinged friend here says, die.
Okay, because that's hidden behind your avatar.
Oh, can we not see it with the avatar? Here, we'll do it that way. Oh, nope. That didn't work out.
Oh, hang on.
I got rid of all of you guys. I meant to hit that one. There we go.
Oh,
so yeah, at the
back.
bottom. Die.
Yeah.
That is some serious butt hurt.
Scribe should tell him that he's a big City Sweeney fan too.
I got to admit that I'm getting a little nervous about the world. Did you guys see why Hassan Piker was blowing up again?
Because
no.
he wanted people to kill Trump or something.
Yeah, this little cum sucker has an anti-ICE rally with Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah.
During
I saw a video on that.
Yeah, he says that somebody needs to do it. You all know what I mean.
Yeah.
And this references a Taylor Lorenz video from a couple months ago where she was highlighting a whole bunch of lunatics on Twitter and TikTok who were saying somebody needs to step up and do it. And what they were talking about is killing the president.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fucked up.
It is. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But it's become
it's even insane if you consider it from their point of view, because if they did that, the world would, or America would shift more to the right. You know, people will be completely
no.
Well, you come on.
I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right that would be the outcome, but in their mind, that would kick off the glorious revolution.
Yes, but that's exactly the opposite of what would happen. People, there would be an outpouring of support.
I don't like repeating myself, Undoomed. These are not smart people.
Yeah, I think that their glorious revolution would end very quickly and very bloody, sadly.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to care about that because, again, they're not individualists and they're dumb. So they don't seem to grasp the concept that they're, by doing this sort of thing, they're putting a lot of innocent lives in danger because they don't care. It's all about the cause.
Yeah.
All right, I want to switch to some more silly kind of topic because this is one of those things that annoyed me today, and it's just going to give you guys an insight to how my brain works.
All right. No.
So I saw this picture, and it says flashback to the 70s. And when I looked at it, I'm like, this isn't the 70s. And what tipped me off is the two girls over in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of hard to see, guys. It's the best I can do with this picture, but that is not 70s outfit. Even conservative 70s outfit, that's not what that looked like.
And how dare
looks more like 90s.
What man let these women in unattended like that?
Funny you should say 90s because There's an album right down here in the front that you can see that says Brain Rust. I've never heard of this band before, but I see the art on it, and that's like, that does not look like 70s art. That looks like cheesy 80s art. And so I looked it up. That album came out in 88.
Right.
So yeah, this is probably late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, this is not a flashback to the 70s. And it bothered me because my brain was like, there's something wrong with this picture because they're calling it the 70s. And I have to figure out if it's actually the 70s or not.
I would actually argue this is probably mid 90s because the peach crates down there,
yeah,
that trend didn't kick off until about the mid 90s. Because those were really hard to find, and they started making reproductions in the 90s. I know that a buddy of mine used to own a record store.
But there's just a little, I could not rest until I figured out at least whether or not this was in the 70s.
Yeah.
It took me all of about 4 minutes to figure it out. But because, believe it or not, a band called Brain Rust is not really well known on Google.
No, what a great band name, too.
Certainly never heard of it. Yeah, it's a pretty good name.
That is, yeah. And Google kept wanting, do you mean Brain Trust? I'm like, okay, I know my spelling is bad, but I could have done that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how Monkey's brain works. Just little things like that get in there, and I can't rest until I fix them and figure it out.
Yeah, I get what the meme is going for, but it's a little too off timeline-wise. You probably have found an actual photo of a record store in the 70s.
You probably could have had Grok make you one.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
Let's see. 70s record store images. No, these all look like 80s.
Oh, the far superior time.
Oh, here we go. We got, yeah, this one is definitely 70s.
They got bell bottoms and polyester.
Yes. Let's blow this up so that when I bring it on the screen, you guys can see. And the haircuts, man, the fucking haircuts. That is a dead giveaway for the 70s and early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the scraggly beards and mustaches.
Yeah.
Men with perms.
This one, there we go.
Everybody looks like Larry from Three's Company.
Yeah.
Oh God, okay. Yeah. The fashions from the 70s were so bad. How did they not know that?
They were on a lot of
fashion works. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It only matters that you fit in.
I suppose so. But see, that's why I'm glad I was born when I was, because I didn't have to do any of the fads, because blue jean and t-shirt is always acceptable.
Yeah.
Somebody can be out there wearing leggings and weird bandanas all over themselves. I'm like, no, I'm just in jeans and a t-shirt.
Monkey's gonna get laughed out of the discotheque.
Yes, I will. Because my jeans don't flare at the bottom. Even as a kid, I hated bell bottoms, and my mom would put me in them because it's the 70s, and I would bitch constantly about bell bottoms.
I don't remember ever having to wear bell bottoms, thankfully.
My mom was an old hippie.
My parents mostly got our clothes secondhand because poverty, but also it kept us from like really having a lot of that ultra 70s nonsense. Now, Mom liked her polyester pants and stuff, but she never made us wear them, as far as I know.
Did you guys have to wear corduroy pants?
I think I had one pair when I was a little kid.
Corduroy? I don't even think I've seen that in real life.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, I had corduroy pants as a kid, and when you'd walk, it'd go.
Yeah, I had a pair in college.
You had a pair in college?
Yeah, they were gifted.
You were not very popular, were you?
Never have been. No, this chick I was sort of hanging around. She gifted me a pair of corduroys. I wore them like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, I hated them.
She really hated you.
Those things were uncomfortable.
Well, she still
and
slept
ugly.
with me, so.
Okay.
Did she make you wear the pants?
It's one of those weird fetishes, I guess.
Yeah, look, I'll take a chick that hates me but still wants to have sex with me. I'm not above that. I'm not gonna marry her. But yeah, I mostly stopped wearing them because they were hot, And it
Yeah.
was always feeling like I was going to start a fire. And I didn't care for that.
My dad had a suit from the 70s, and the collar literally went as far down as the belly button. It's like,
Sorry,
Dad,
the
why
what?
do you own that? Yeah, the collar.
Sorry, what?
The collar. The collar on it was so long that if you held it down against your belly, it was even with the belly button.
Okay.
Did it have rhinestones on it?
It did not. It had paisley on it. It was paisley.
Oh, that was going to be my next guess.
Yep.
So, or swirls or tie dye.
The 70s are one of the ugliest times in history.
Yeah, everything had to be beige or brown.
Oh, they had that really
For some
ugly
reason.
mustard yellow too.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
And
Everything
baby shit
in that
green.
sort of that spectrum of the color. Like
Yeah.
green. I mean, orange, green, beige. Like it's just a quarter of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
My house was built in 1969, and we need to replace the countertops. They're still the original ones, and they are that ugly 70s green.
Oh, that's awesome. That you could probably sell those countertops if you could get them removed.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's pretty rocket. Oh, what is that? Mint chocolate chip color.
They're gross.
Now, if you go back and watch episodes of like the Mod Squad or even the movie Saturday Night Fever, there's the costumes in there were accurate for the time. And you're like, what are you people doing? It's so visually offensive.
But see, and I get that fashion changes and stuff, but if you look back at like popular fashion trends of like the 60s where you have mini skirts and go to the 50s with your poodle skirts, they might not be for our time, but they're not ugly. The late 60s and 70s all the way through about 84 until Michael Jackson thankfully changed it with the zipper jackets, it was just ugly. I feel like there must have been some kind of disease that was never found out about that just fucked up people's eyes, and they're like, no, ugly's pretty. I feel like a lot of these fat women we see yell would have fit in perfect in the 70s because everything was ugly and they could have been happy.
But you know, the 80s weren't too good either with their fashion. Holy shit.
Parachute pants.
Parachute pants were awesome. I will not have them be smirched on my show.
These things are
Well, I mean that's way later. I'm talking about the giant perms and all that shit.
See, I still like some of those. It depends on which ones. Like the women who would tease it up like a foot above their head, that was going too far. But
You
like
think?
the girls we went to school with who just had the curly perms, they actually look cute.
The one I hated was the beehive.
Beehive, what's that?
Like Flo from Alice, she had the beehive hairdo where it's like swirled around like an ice cream cone.
60s hair. You see a lot of the women in that. If you've ever seen the video for Love Shack, the one blonde has a beehive.
Oh, is that where it goes up on the top of your head really high?
Yeah, it looks kind of like a cone head.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but that's more like a 60s thing, right?
Yeah, it was just still floating around in the 70s, mostly with older people that shouldn't be trying to be hip.
Yeah.
So that always bothers me too. If like you're trapped in that time frame, stop it. Okay, just it's time to grow up.
And on that fashion news, we are going to wrap this one up. Guys, I'm going to try my best to go get some sleep. And I apologize if something bad happens in the world. But I am out of steam. I've been up for way too goddamn long. And before the show, I took a swig of the Jack Daniels bottle, so I'm feeling no pain.
Nice.
Guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so kind. Undoomed, a pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, as always. Sorry I had to go away and fix some shit here, but
hey, shit happens. It's
it
live
is what it
TV,
is.
right?
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, thanks for having me.
That's why you have co-hosts and stuff for when shit like that happens.
Indeed. Very true.
When Satsu's wife went into labor, I ran his show for 16 hours because we couldn't get it shut down. Always have a co-host, ladies and gentlemen. Always have a co-host.
That's some hero work right there.
Anything you want to shield, dude?
No, not really. Just,
Fair enough.
whatever.
Jack, anything you want to shill out, my friend?
Dropping links to cool videos. Rat meow. As always, thank you guys so much for all the donations. You guys are awesome. And we really appreciate you coming out night after night.
I did do a video earlier. Well, not a video, a stream earlier this morning going over the Sweeney stuff. And then what was the other? Oh, God bless. The Charlie Kirk video. I don't watch a lot of Charlie Kirk, but he was at Boise State and it came up on my recommended. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll check it out.
Right.
The girl at the beginning of this thing at one point says that if you have anything done to your uterus, say have a cyst removed, it's classified as an abortion.
Say what now?
What?
Yeah, that is the level of smart we were dealing with on that stream. So check that one out, guys. It was fucking amazing.
Wow.
Oh, she was so dumb. And Charlie's not the smartest guy, so there's a few times Charlie's trying to make the point that you should be responsible for the sex that you have, and talking to a woman says, shouldn't you be responsible for your orgasms? Like, Charlie, how do you think babies are made?
Well, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much.
It's not from the woman's orgasm. That is entirely irrelevant to the process.
No, you order one out of a catalog and the stork drops it off.
But anyway, check that one out if you guys are interested. And on that note, we are wrapping up. So, Jack, Undoom, pleasure, gentlemen. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, yeah. Always glad to be
Thank
here.
you.
Everybody, take care of yourselves. We love you. We'll see you on the next one, which will probably be in a couple of hours if I can't get to fucking sleep. So, love you guys. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye everybody.
Song, go away.